What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. Sorry for the lack of post. I've been pretty busy, and for the most part, I've been trading while driving. You guys follow me on Twitter. Go ahead and check this out. Like chat is dangerous. Like I'm really in traffic, and I scored a banger. But for the most part, I just been trading on my phone. Today, I stayed at home, so I was able to trade through my desktop. No camera today. For some reason, my camera won't turn on, but we're going to be going over the two trades today. Pretty solid. I used the change in state of delivery back into equilibrium of this range. And then I used, this was a more of a light bulb setup. I literally took it just because it looked amazing. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about that. So first thing off the rip to notice is that we have new week opening gap and WOG, right? We have a new week opening gap right over here. Obviously, pretty solid draw of liquidity, but we don't know how deep we want to go into here, right? We really don't know, especially if we're already just making expansion moves higher. Like if we're expanding here, I am not going to long up here, right? So I was just waiting. Let's go ahead and play the next candle. So we actually, on the 4-hour, this is what I was looking at for most of my trading day. I was looking at this 4-hour. As you can see in the 4-hour, we actually came down as soon as we made the gap and touched this, right? We touched this gap, and this is where I really wanted. This is where I was actually interested in for longs. I really wanted us to come into equilibrium of this range. So from this low to this point in high, this is, what time is this? 6 a.m. high. Yeah, right here you go. Right. So as you can see, to the T, we come back to equilibrium of this range, right? Now, since we are in equilibrium, I was interested in longs to touch into NWOG, right? But at this point in time, the first trade I actually took was a short. Just because I really wanted price to come back and tap this 4-hour fair value gap, or just back into equilibrium of the range before taking the high, right? So let's see. Let's jump on to the 1 minute. So as you can see here, market opened. Let's go ahead, 7 a.m. Here you go. So market opened 6:30. Here you go. And what really do we have here? First things first, we actually ended up sweeping some liquidity right over here. And what I really loved, and it was an absolute sniper entry. I took it very light in size though, just because it's something I'm trying out. We have change in state of delivery here on the 1 minute, right? So the change in state and delivery, what this is the candle before making the high or the low, right? So the series before making the high or low. So this is the change in state of delivery, right? This is the series that made the high. So like right over here, the series for change in state of delivery would basically be this one right over here, right? But this is kind of invalid because we just pushed up so high, right? Again, another change in state of delivery over here would be like what's a good example? Oh, it would be here. Like a change in state and delivery here for making up this high would be this, right? Let me give you an example for a low. Change in state and delivery here before making a low would be this, right? And you could pretty much enter right off of good momentum here. So this would have been somewhat of a good trade, right? This would have been for 40 points, but that's just all hindsight, right? So looking back at this is the change of state of delivery, right? This is the series of closed candles. Here you go here. Now, this is pretty much basically a unicorn model, just because we also offered a fair value gap right over here, and we actually come back, tap into it, and this is where I actually getting in some size. Stop loss just a little bit above, and then what I really wanted to was target again, on the 4 hour, no, let me go ahead and go on the back on the 1 hour. To pretend all of this doesn't exist. This replay is pissing me off, right? Equilibrium at this point in time is from this low to the 6 a.m. high, right? So I actually wanted to come back down to equilibrium, or at least tap this 4 hour fair value gap that we currently have, right? This is a 4 hour fair value gap, right? So price actually did that and ended up TPing here. And then I was in 2 micros, literally 2 micros. Ended up TPing there. And I saw this momentum. And as soon as we came back down to tap the 4 hour, pretty much done, right? This was the trade. Ran for around 97 points, pretty solid with 2 micros. Now, the second trade was a light bulb. And reason why. Okay, so remember on the higher time frame, we have new week opening gap, this big fair value gap sitting right over here, right? Now, what I wanted in price was to retrace back into equilibrium. There's no way in hell I am going to long when the draw of liquidity is NWOG, right? That is the clear draw of liquidity here. But there's no way you're going to catch me, oh yeah, hopefully this fair value gap stands, right? And then I can take it to long to NWOG, right? No, that's not what I want, right? Like we're too far up in premium to be longing. So I really wanted price to come back down to equilibrium of the range or somewhat in discount before taking a long, right? So I was watching this, took my first trade, and I was like, okay, cool, might be done. And we tapped into a 4 hour. Let's see if we could go higher, right? And dude, we just completely shot up. Singular fair value gap, strong momentum. Took this stop loss right under, and then TP here, and then just held a little bit of runners of the swing lows, right? And then ended up getting stopped out somewhere right over here, taking my full TP, which is absolutely crazy. This was a good trade. This was literally a light bulb trade. Like this, on hindsight, this is literally light bulb, right? Tap into a 4 hour. We're inside of equilibrium of the range. Good draw of liquidity over here. And yeah, like we even tapped a 4 hour fair value gap. Like, see, this is a fair value gap. Came back down, tapped it, and we instantly shot up. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm taking this. Right? This. I literally just slapped it. You can see here, light bulb, retrace to equilibrium, and then yeah. So these were the 2 trades I ended up taking today. Again, hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. Who knows whether I'll be trading tomorrow. I might even start a series where passing an eval with phone trading or something. I don't know, because I've been phone trading a lot. But it's like I have to like see the actual setup, and I'm very light in size, like 2 micros max. I'm not trading much. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and peace.